Hey, movie lovers, this is Leo.
Mike.
And Kevin from Films and Fermentation.
If you love comedy, movies, and a good drink in hand, then you need to check out the Podnation Media Network.
It's home to a variety of amazing podcasts covering everything from pulp culture to history and, of course, movies like ours.
And the best part, Podnation Media Network is featured on Roku, so you can stream your favorite podcasts anytime.
Alongside Films and Fermentation, you'll find other fantastic shows like the KJ&A podcast, The Undiscovered Entrepreneur, Real Sharks, and so many more.
So grab a drink, press play, and join the fun with Podnation Media Network.
Because everything's better with a little comedy, movies, and booze.
Learn more by going to linktree.com/PodnationPods.
Films and fermentation, movies and inebriation. Films and fermentation, comedy mixed with tasty libations. Films and fermentation, with Leo, Kevin, and Mike. Films and fermentation, movies and inebriation. Films and fermentation, comedy mixed with tasty libation.
How was that, Mike? Was that pretty good?
It's better than last week's.
Yeah. You didn't like the Muppets one last week?
That one just freaked me out.
That was our special theme song for tonight, because tonight is a special episode. This is our thank you to the veterans episode, including our own veteran, Mike, veteran of the armed forces. And we are doing this because this episode will be landing on Veterans Day. So a very, very special Veterans Day episode. Thank you for your service, Mike.
Yes, thank you, Mike.
And thank you to all the servicemen and women out there who are, brave enough to sign up and risk their lives and all that for us.
Active duty and
Yes,
veterans,
everybody,
yeah.
veterans and active
Those
duty
who
and everybody
gave their life, yeah.
Welcome to Films and Fermentation. As I said, we are a movie and alcohol podcast, number one pop culture podcast on Good Pods, number one beer podcast on Good Pods. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
We're three friends who like to talk shit about movies while getting shit-faced. This week on Films and Fermentation, we salute our veterans the only way we know how, by arguing over which war movies actually get the military right and which ones couldn't pass basic training. From Saving Private Ryan's gut-wrenching realism to G.I. Joe's cartoon physics, we're putting Hollywood on trial with beer in hand and sarcasm locked and loaded. Expect equal parts respect and ridiculousness. We'll honor the troops, roast the scripts, and maybe learn what a chain of command actually is. Don't forget to drop us an email at filmsfermentation@gmail.com or visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation. Find all of our social media and podcast links. Become part of the Films and Fermentation family. We are part of the Podnation Media Network on Roku, so you can watch us there on Roku whenever you feel like it. You can also watch us on YouTube or on Rumble, or join Substack for our newsletter. We're an independent podcast, which means we are listener supported, so please consider joining our Patreon for as little as $1 a month to receive members-only content. I forgot to come up with a joke for this week.
Yeah, I thought that was the one we did last week.
Yeah, so we'll stick to the one from last week. For a $1 donation, Michael will recite the Bull Poem and monologue from Independence Day.
Mhm.
He's not going to do it now, though, because we need to get paid first.
Yes.
Go to patreon.com/filmsandfermentation or purchase our merchandise at teespring.com. You can text us at 904-867-4466. What are we drinking tonight? I had an easy one for tonight.
I'll go first. Mine
Go ahead,
is quite the chemical combination of hydrogen dioxide on the rocks. There's dihydrogen oxide. Hold on, H2. It's water. I'm drinking water. I'm not feeling that great.
Yeah, Kevin's a little under the weather, so he is not imbibing tonight, and we can forgive him for that, because I think it's the first time you've not imbibed on the show.
True.
There have been plenty of times where Mike and I have not been able to drink.
Yeah.
But Mike, I am drinking because it is our veterans episode. Freedom Brew American Lager from the veteran-owned, veteran-operated brewery.
Yes.
The one that you gave me.
I am out of those, unfortunately.
I have one left.
I was searching through both my refrigerators. Do I have one left? No, I do not. So I just went with the Devil's Backbones Distilling Company's Tequila Smash Mango Margarita, 7.5 alcohol by volume.
I actually had two choices for tonight because since this was the last one I had from the beers you gave me, so I'm like, oh, I'll kill this off tonight. It's a good night to drink it.
Yes, it was.
I also have the hard apple ciders from Warhorse, which is also a veteran-owned brewery in New York. So I had two options for tonight.
Okay.
Let's play a song.
This week in film history with Mike. This week in film history with Mike.
1935, Mutiny on the Bounty, directed by Frank Lloyd and starring Charles Lawton and Clark Gable, premieres in New York. Best production / picture, 1936.
I have not seen the original one. There have been a couple remakes of this.
I've seen the Mel Gibson.
Yeah, that's the Mel Gibson with Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins. That one's just called Mutiny.
Yes.
But that's a remake of Mutiny and Bounty. And there was another one that was out a couple years ago. I want to say McConaughey was in it or somebody like that. I don't remember, but it was another remake that came out a few years ago. So I've seen plenty of remakes. I think I should probably check out the original one.
Probably.
Yeah.
1949, All the King's Men, based on Robert Penn Warner's Pulitzer-winning novel, directed by Robert Rosen and starring Broderick Crawford, premieres in New York. Best Picture, 1950.
Another movie that's been remade a few times.
Yes. Here's one this one has not been remade because it's too freaking long to remake. 1956, biblical drama film, The Ten Commandments, directed by Cecil B. DeMille, starring Charlton Heston and Yul Brynner, premieres at the Criterion Theater in New York City.
Let my people go.
And a cast of thousands.
Where's your Messiah now, Moses?
See here. If you'd like to know our opinion on the Ten Commandments, you can listen to our special Ten Commandments Easter episode from last year, where we spend 2 hours breaking down the 4-hour film. As only we know how to. So this is it premieres at Criterion Theater. There's something I would love to do, man. I see all these celebrities doing it online now. There's a thing called the Criterion Closet, and it's all the films that the Criterion has put on like special DVDs on special media, and these celebrities go into the Criterion Closet and they like pick out their favorite films and talk about why they're so great and all that. And it's all like classic movies and stuff. It's really cool. I would love to like check that out one day.
Cool.
I could tell you something about the next one.
1968, psychedelic feature film Head, starring the Monkees and co-written by Jack Nicholson, premieres in New York City.
Here we come, high out of our minds.
Yes.
Balls.
So this came up on an episode, I think maybe last year or like earlier or something. Like we talked about this for some reason, and I never heard of it, and I was like curious because it's the Monkees co-written by Jack Nicholson of all people.
Yes.
It's like I watched it. It's 1968. They're not kidding about a psychedelic film. This movie had to have been written while Jack Nicholson was on all the acid. This was a weird fucking movie.
He did it when filming. What was the movie he did with Dennis Hopper and
Easy Rider.
Easy Rider.
It was probably around the same time. Yeah.
Got a great idea, guys.
We're gonna get the Monkees to star in this.
And then they bring in the musicians, and they're
Yeah,
like,
and
"No,
Dennis
I meant
Hopper-
actual monkeys. I wanted high monkeys."
Dennis Hopper's in the corner smoking a joint, going, "I thought you meant baboons, man."
I just fucked an orangutan in the back room.
This is a
Hey,
weird movie.
Could have been worse. Could have brought the Partridge Family in. And
The Partridge Family wouldn't be high. I don't remember the Partridges smoking joints in the tour bus. What's the next one you got there, sir?
in 1973, James Bond film The Man with the Golden Gun, starring Roger Moore, begins filming.
Do you know off the top of your head where this goes in the Moore canon? Is this one of his first ones?
And I don't believe it's one of his first ones. I do know it's the one with Christopher Lee.
Yeah, Christopher Lee's the villain in this one.
With the three nipples.
Does Timothy Dalton become Bond after Roger Moore? Is that the pecking order?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It was Connery,
Moore.
George Lazenby for one movie,
Oh.
then Roger Moore, then Connery and Moore at the same time, then Roger Moore by himself again, then Dalton, then Pierce Brosnan, and then Daniel Craig. Which just goes to show you that he's a Time Lord like Doctor Who.
Yeah.
All right, next one, sir.
1975 failed adaptation of Neil Simon's comedy The Sunshine Boys, starring Walter Matthau and George Burns, premieres. Burns wins an Academy Award.
I thought George Burns only ever did the Oh God movies.
No, I mean, well, he started as a comedy duo with his wife
Yeah.
in the 50s.
Gracie.
Burns and Allen.
Yeah.
And he did a few movies here and there, but I think he's the Oh God films are the ones he's most known for.
Yeah.
Yes.
That and smoking cigars. Living to 187. That's a good one.
1984 Wes Craven's horror film A Nightmare on Elm Street premieres in the U.S.
In the final four of our horror movie bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
One of the other podcasts I listened to recently did Dream Warriors.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Sweet. I like
Is that
Dream
the
Warriors.
fourth one?
That's the third one.
Third
I think
one.
that's my favorite one, Dream Warriors.
You know, they didn't do so well after the initial one because he wanted to be more respected. He wanted to go by Frederick Krueger. Frederick Krueger.
Is it Frodrick?
Frederick
Krieger.
Next one, sir.
1996 The English Patient, based on the novel by Michael. Yeah.
Michael, yeah.
It's
Odachi.
Odatie or something like that.
Odatie.
Directed by Anthony Minghella
Minghella.
and starring Ralph Fiennes, Juliette Binoche,
Mm-hmm.
and Christian Scott Thomas. Premieres in Los Angeles. Best Picture 1997.
Let me tell you something about The English Patient. Saw it in the theater. I know it won Best Picture in 1997. The only time I ever watched it was in the theater. One time. I can tell you nothing about this movie.
But you can tell us everything about the next movie.
I can, especially what it beat out at the Oscars that year.
1998 Shakespeare in Love, directed by John Madden.
What?
Not that John Madden.
And starring Gwyneth Paltrow and Joseph Fiennes. Premieres in New York. Best Picture 1999.
I love Shakespeare in Love. I like the movie. I think it's a really good film, but it should not have won Best Picture that year. The movie it beat out was Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
That
Question.
was a Harvey Weinstein year where he
Oh.
plugged for this movie.
Are Ralph Fiennes and Joseph Fiennes related?
I believe they are cousins.
Cousins.
I believe.
And whatever happened to Joseph Fiennes? Because after this, he disappeared.
He's done a lot of movies since then. I've seen him in some things. He was in American Horror Story for a couple seasons as well.
Oh, that's not a movie, is it?
No, but he's done movies. He's not anywhere near as famous as Ray Fiennes. But you know, you can only have one Ray Fiennes.
You can only have one Voldemort.
Yes. Next one, sir.
1989, The World Is Not Enough. 19th James Bond film premieres in Los Angeles, starring Pierce Brosnan, Robert Carlyle, Robbie Coltrane, and Denise Richards.
Oh, my favorite because of Denise Richards.
Yeah,
It's-
she was
What's
a
her
what was her name? She was the nuclear physicist.
Something Christmas.
Something Christmas, yeah.
yes.
Christmas Jones or
Christmas Jones. I think that's right. I think it was Christmas.
Yeah.
First name.
She was a freaking scientist. Yeah.
She was a nuclear physicist. Nothing against,
Denise Richards?
Denise
Or
Richards. She
beautiful
seems like-
women who are scientists?
Yeah, she seems like a beautiful woman and a nice lady. She has bad judgment having dated Charlie Sheen. But
Which tells me she's not a nuclear physicist.
but yeah, come on now.
I think this was my least favorite Pierce Brosnan Bond film.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think this is their least, but the best one was the one with Sean Bean.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
So I'm looking at Joseph Fiennes' movieography here because I was curious. He was in The Handmaid's Tale for a couple seasons. American Horror Story. Shakespeare in Love was like his breakout film.
Uh,
He did a lot of movies, but it's mostly like
B
things that-
movies? Was he in
were not like B
Velocipaster?
movies, but like
Was he
movies
in
that just-
Thanksgiving?
like low budget films.
Well, yeah.
Trying to see if there's anything else in here like I recognize. Like he was in Elizabeth with Kate Blanchett. He was in
He's
Shakespeare in Love.
He's in all the timepieces.
Yeah, it's a lot of period pieces in his filmography.
He's a Tudor actor.
All right. He's still making more money than I am. So.
That's true. Yep.
Speaking of English things,
Yeah, this is next two. 2001, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the first film adaptation of the book based on J.K. Rowling's, starring Daniel Radcliffe, premieres in London. Title: Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in some markets.
yeah, because Americans can't handle the word philosopher.
Officer is a policeman.
It's a Falafel-raptor. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
There's a sequel to Philosophister. I discovered that the other day.
Man, did we just jump off track?
Speaking of sequels, hey, hold on.
We're not only off track, we're hurtling through the air right now.
I got a new drop for tonight. You ready?
I'm a unitard.
Speaking of sequels, Mike.
2005, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the fourth film based on the books by J.K. Rowling, premieres in London and goes on to become the most successful film of the year, earning almost U.S. $900 million.
Man. Couldn't heat a billion, could they? What
Nah.
a bomb.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. Kev, no beer news tonight?
You obviously didn't look in the chat, which I put in the very beginning so that we didn't have to address it on the podcast. But no, there's no, I didn't do my homework.
There's a chat. Oh, look at that.
There's
There's a
nothing
chat. Hold
There's
on.
a chat?
There's a message in the chat. No beer news tonight. Look at that.
Let me
I forgot we had a chat on here.
oh yeah, there it is. I have my picture all the way up, so I don't see the chat.
I'm lucky I remembered to put the banner up tonight that says the name of the episode.
Yeah, I got on and there was nothing. Nothing all the way.
All right.
I missed something.
Just as a reminder, anybody watching us on YouTube or on Roku or whatever, we have a QR code up in the corner of the screen that you can use to reach our Spotify page and download the episodes to get
Is
our.
that what that
download
is?
numbers.
You may want to double check. I tried it and it took me to a Chinese food restaurant place.
Oh, it's
Is
our
that
sponsor.
also where?
That's our sponsor.
Wow, because when I did it, it took me to Pornhub.
Oh
Well,
my!
that's a sponsor too. Oddly enough, the Chinese food restaurant's name is Big Wong's. There actually was a Chinese restaurant in South Philly for a while called Big Wang's. Anyway, I have some movie updates, so we'll move on to that.
All right.
Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates Leo.
Oscar-nominated actress Diane Ladd, who received a nomination for the film Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, and who we probably know best as Clark Griswold's mother in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, passed away this week at the age of 89. She's also notably the mother of Oscar winner Laura Dern.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I looked this up because I was curious. She played Clark's mother in that film. She's 89 when she passed, so I'm like, well, that movie came out in 90, so I had to do the math. She was 54 years old when she filmed that movie,
And
playing
Chevy
Clark's
Chase?
mother. Chevy Chase was 47. The math doesn't math right there.
Math don't math.
Math never movies.
Yeah. Disney says no to Ben Solo.
Thank God.
It came out recently that Adam Driver, who played Kylo Ren, aka Ben Solo, in the Star Wars sequel films, along with Oscar-winning director Steve Soderbergh, who won the Oscar for directing Traffic, who's also the director of the Ocean's films and a number of other really good movies.
Men in Black.
They were working together to put a script together called The Search for Ben Solo, that Adam Driver was co-producing and writing himself. They brought it to Kathleen Kennedy at Disney. She brought it up to Bob Iger, the CEO of the Disney Corporation. And he said, I thought Ben Solo was dead. No, we're not doing this. And that was that. So,
Again, nothing against Adam Driver and
Mhm.
his portrayal of Ben Solo, but no, we don't need that.
well, he was my favorite part of the movies. I thought he was the best part was Ben Solo. And he really loved the character and wanted to write the film himself. The fact that he brought in somebody like Steve Soderbergh to direct it, who's an amazing director, I was kind of like, oh, this sounds like it could be good, but
He's the backstory I want to know, not
Yeah,
Ray's. Yeah,
I would like to know
not
more about
Finn's.
Yeah, but it said the search for Ben Solo, so I'm like, are they going to do like a search for Spock thing, or like, his body was just regrowing on another planet?
Well, I thought it might have been like a prequel, like what happened at with Luke and the whole thing there. That would have been a fascinating story.
And the
Of course,
search
it would have
thing
been
could still
tough,
kind of
yeah.
fit if you say
Yeah.
search. We can know more about the Knights of Ren, who got about 5 minutes of screen time.
Exactly.
Sir Patrick Stewart's final bow will reportedly come while reprising his role as the beloved Marvel character Charles Xavier in Avengers Doomsday. Mike added this earlier. It says Patrick Stewart said he's going to play it one more time in Doomsday and then retire from acting. Which I'm
Good for him.
Good for him. He's
I mean, I
almost
like
90
him.
years
He's
old.
a great guy. I just think he needs the time.
I think at
You know?
90, you deserve a rest.
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. What was that, Mike?
Especially since lately he's been doing a lot with, Picard. And
Yeah, I mean, he's still acting steadily in his late 80s.
Yep.
Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, starring Oscar Isaac as Dr. Victor Frankenstein and Jacob Elordi as the monster, premieres tomorrow, as of the recording of this episode, on Netflix, Friday, November 7th. I am really looking forward to this.
Mm-hmm.
It looks amazing. I like Guillermo del Toro, and all the early reviews coming in say it's really, really good.
I will have to send you the link to CBS Sunday Morning, who did a full-fledged interview with Guillermo del Toro and his obsession with Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It goes into his house and the whole thing. It's a great interview, So
he was on some internet interview show recently where the interviewer said to him, "What are like some books that you love that people should read? Like, if you had to give people a reading list?" He went through this list of books. I'm like, Jesus, this man is so fucking intelligent. Like, because it wasn't just like one specific genre. Like, he went through like this list of different books and why you should read them, and then ones that some I never heard of that I went and downloaded it right away because it just was so fascinating. He's very intelligent, very good interview too. So I'll have to check out that one you're talking about because that sounds cool. And Mike, did you add this one or Kev?
which one?
Miss Piggy movie.
I did.
yeah,
Miss Piggy movie in development with Cole Escola writing, Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone producing.
Mm-hmm.
Is this going to be like the Barbie movie where there's like an existential piggy crisis?
I don't know, but when we talked last week and had our Muppet episode, and
Mhm.
we we diverged away a little bit from Kermit having to play the lead, I thought, hey, look, here we go. We have one where Kermit's not the lead.
I'd be interested to see a Miss Piggy movie if it's like
Yeah.
a Miss Piggy movie with Miss Piggy and not like the Barbie existential crisis film, but in Muppet form.
I gotcha.
Like I don't want Miss Piggy to become real. And that is my movie updates for this evening. Mike, you have any must-try beer craft destinations for us
I
today?
have a craft destination for you guys. And actually, it's probably people probably wouldn't peg New York as a craft beer hub, but a city that never sleeps is an underrated paradise for beer lovers. The bar scene shines with spots like First, Beer Street, and my God,
Proletariat.
Yes. While breweries such as Other Half, Fifth Hammer, and Evil Twin continues to crush it.
I've never heard of most of those. I do feel like I've had a beer from Evil Twin before, but I'm not sure.
Yes, Evil Twin was the only one that sounded familiar to me.
I might be confusing it with Evil Genius, which is the one in Philly.
Isn't that a glass full of lies?
What's that? Yeah, the one with the glass full of lies.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor of Films and Fermentation. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to look at our main segment tonight, which is military films in honor of Veterans Day. And we're going to talk about films that are accurate versus inaccurate in their portrayal of the military. All right, we are back from our short little break, and we are doing a military film appreciation night tonight in honor of Veterans Day. I moved on to a second drink because I finished my veteran lager very quickly. I had those ciders in the fridge I was talking about, but they were like buried in the back, and I didn't feel like wrestling them out. But I did get something else that's fairly American for the night: a Mike's Harder Black Cherry to finish off my night. So we're going to look at some movies, military films, and talk about whether they are accurate to life in the military or inaccurate. Kevin and I are going to have to refer to Mike on a lot of these because we have no military experience, and he does.
My military experience is very, very limited to walking into the junior ROTC room in Lincoln High School for about 2 seconds and then walking back out slowly, never turning your back.
Mine was walking into the ROTC office at Temple University and being told that I couldn't join because my major didn't fit right with the scheduling for the ROTC program.
Oh,
that was when I was a pharmacy major.
Oh, over at Rittner Hall.
What's that?
Over at Ritter Hall.
Yeah.
I know that building.
If I was a English major like I ended up becoming at that point, I would have been in the ROTC.
Mike, what made you join?
I am third generation military.
Oh, okay.
Both my parents were in the Navy. My grandfather was in the Army. I have a couple uncles. One in the Army, one in the Air Force. So yeah, it's just
the Army was just the branch you thought would be the best fit, or
well, being a Navy brat and seeing your dad go out to sea for 6 months at a time was not what I wanted to do.
Okay. I mean, again, with no prior knowledge, I'd assume any tour would be daunting. You'd be away from your friends and family for long periods of time, but
not if you're not, deployed. I mean,
okay.
When you're in the Army, if you're on, on base and not going out, and when you go out to the field for maneuvers, or as people will call them, you're only going out for 2 weeks. Okay. But when you're deployed, you're going out for a while. The Navy, they go out for 6 months for their maneuvers, and they come back. And being a Navy brat, I knew all the acronyms for a lot of things, like Marines or muscles are required, intelligence not essential. And I was not as they would say, lazy as a Air Force, because if you can do a pull up, you can get the Air Force.
So you have no problem with boats, though?
No, I love being on the boat.
Yeah.
No
You just
problem.
don't want to be on one for 6 months.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Okay. Are you still in touch with any of your
The
friends from
opinions
the?
expressed by Michael Bradley on this episode are his alone. They are not a reflection of the opinions of all members of the Films and Fermentation podcast.
Yeah,
I figured it's a vet themed show, and I know practically nothing about Mike's enlisted history.
I still have I have friends on Facebook that I served with over in Germany.
Okay.
Where else did you serve? You served Germany and
I was at Bragg when I came over here.
okay.
Bragg Seaside. I did do a year in Bosnia
Okay.
while I was in Germany.
See like any action while you're in Bosnia?
Well, it's as close as action you get to being in peacetime is, it was Bosnia. It was what considered a peacekeeping mission.
Mhm.
We were under NATO control. There's landmines, we're keeping the Serbs away from the Croats and whatnot. I do know the one story. I wasn't actually there, but the one story was the Serbs came into the zone of separation with their AK-47s, and then our response was Abrams tanks. Didn't take long.
Yeah, I imagine not.
Why'd you bring a gun to a knife fight?
Why'd you bring an AK-47 to a tank fight?
I did get to ride in, a Black Hawk. No, it wasn't a Black Hawk. It was it was a Black Hawk while I was in Bosnia. Kind of cool.
So Black Hawk Down was based on your life in the military.
No, it was not. No, we did not go down.
Mike saw a lot of action at the Oktoberfest in Germany.
I was going to ask if you made any friends in Germany that you're still in contact with as well.
Not so much.
Okay.
A lot of times, actually, you go out a little bit, and you try to stay mostly coast to coast, because a lot of times when you go to the bars that aren't for the military, bad things sometimes happen. They get on the do not go list.
Oh, okay.
It could be.
But you guys were welcome there, weren't you? I mean,
It wasn't.
okay. It wasn't that you were against you guys being there.
Like the drug scene was a little higher there than it should have been. Stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you answering my question.
Thank you for your service and for insulting every other branch of the military before we got started.
He didn't say anything about the National Guard. He didn't say anything about the Coast Guard.
I did not talk about the Weekend Warriors. Not at all.
He didn't say anything about the Minutemen.
Should I tell you what the acronyms for U.S. Army stands for?
What?
Uncle Sam ain't released me yet. Backwards, yes. My retarded ass signed up. I got them all.
FUBAR, yeah.
Hey, here's the real good question. You know how to insult a Marine?
Yeah.
Ask him where his paycheck came from.
Ask him where his paycheck came from.
Yeah, it says Department of the Navy.
There was a comedian I saw online who was an Army vet, and he was doing a lot of the same, making fun of other branches like you're doing, and he was I forgot what the joke was, but he was like, oh, and Marines, I didn't forget about you guys either. I got a whole bunch of crayons here for you. And he's like, I know you're hungry. I don't express those opinions either, because I will definitely get my ass kicked by anybody in the military, because I am a weak pile of shit. So
they call them jarheads for a reason.
All right, before we totally alienate the audience, let's move on to the movies that we got for this evening.
Happy Veterans Day, people.
Happy Veterans Day, yes. Thank you for your service, no matter what branch of the military you are in. So we're going to look at some movies that are considered accurate and inaccurate based on the military, the way the military is portrayed in these films. Now I did when compiling these lists, like I cross-reference some sites in order to say, like, this movie is considered accurate because of this, that, and the other thing, and all these. There were multiple sites that said that, and then for some of these films, I have actual veteran quotes about the film. So first one I have on the list here, Saving Private Ryan from 1998, 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, a military masterpiece, if ever there was one. Spielberg's second Oscar for Best Director. Movie that should have won Best Picture, as we already talked about, but lost to Shakespeare in Love. An opening scene on Omaha Beach that many veterans of World War II who were watching the film had to walk out of the theater.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Too much experience for them.
Yeah, man. I was with my family at the time when it came out, and we're watching. And God, I looked over at my mother, and she's gushing with tears out her eyes, and looking around. Everyone was so, like on the edge of their seat, and some people had to turn away, and some people had to walk out.
I took Katie to the theater to see this on a date, and I think she had her eyes closed for all but maybe 3 minutes of the film.
So while I was in Germany, my unit got sent to St. Mary-Glise, which is in France, for the 50th anniversary of the Normandy invasion.
Oh, wow.
So we got to actually go to Omaha Beach.
Wow.
And see the bunkers where the Germans were dug in. And got some history about it. And let's just say if the Germans didn't run out of ammo, we would have never got off that fucking beach.
Oh, no. It was, I mean, you can even see it in how that scene is filmed. Like, people were walking into it. The army was walking into a buzzsaw that day.
Yeah. They had, as Obi-Wan said, the high ground.
Oh, yeah. That was like the South Park movie called it Operation Human Shield. It was like you're just sending in wave and wave of bodies in the hopes that you can get close enough to do something.
Yeah, because they were dug in. The bunkers were concrete, dug into the ground.
Yeah,
all you could see was about just enough for them to get the guns out, and they had the high ground, just picking people. They could pick people off all they wanted. But again, as the history tells us, with Germany having a two-front war, they ran out of ammunition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they were also fighting France on the other side. You were in England. They were in multiple fronts other than just France at that point. So,
well, France they had already taken. They had the Russians coming from the one side.
Yeah,
and the rest of the Allies coming from the other, us and Britain.
So like having zero military experience myself, and watching this movie for the first time in the theater, I remember the scene where when the boats pull up to the shore and they drop the gangplank down, and then they immediately start getting mowed down. I was like, Jesus Christ, like
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think thinking about it personally, I don't think I would ever have made it out of any war. I'm pretty white bread, weak as shit. I definitely would have not made it out of any war that I had to fight in. Saving Private Ryan. These are a couple quotes that I found about it online. Many veterans of World War II describe the opening sequence especially as depicting the most realistic representation of combat on film. The United States Department of Veteran Affairs created a dedicated phone line for viewers who were affected by the film. The film resonated deeply with veterans for its visceral authenticity, a strong example of accuracy done well. Like even the way Spielberg films it, where like Hanks's character loses hearing for a while, and then you're just watching it in silence, and it's still visceral and
Well, this is what Spielberg does, and I'm going to quick glance at the list to make sure he's not only inaccurate, but when he's got a job and he's taking it seriously, he invests in specialists, he invests in historians, he invests in military people to get authenticity, which is why I'm not surprised that this was done as well as it was done. I think he'd
Right.
feel himself that he was doing a disservice to the viewers, to those who fought, the veterans, if he were to change anything, to glorify anything, or to make it just because of appealing towards producers or the studio.
He's also coming right off of Schindler's List a few years before this, so he's already been mired in like the World War II history anyway, and he and Hanks are both very supportive of the World War II,
Now, this
memory
inspired
veterans
Hanks
and
to do Band of Brothers for
Mhm.
HBO and
Right.
and get the World War II memorial set up in
Yeah.
DC and all that. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is, a lot of this had to come from this film. So this is probably one of the most accurate films in terms of military that have ever been made.
Well, probably, yes.
Probably. So I think we should switch it up a little bit now and hit one of the ones on the inaccurate list, starting with number 1 at a whopping 33% on Rotten Tomatoes. G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra.
Cobra!
This
Yeah.
movie is
Let me get-
terrible.
You actually watched that movie.
I have watched that movie. I have.
I have too.
I could tell from the advertisements for it was going to be a terrible movie, so I did not watch that movie.
This was the sequel, right? Not the first one. No, wait, this was the first one.
This was the first one. Yeah, the sequel.
The second one was like Annihilation or
some bullshit like that. Yeah, like
yeah.
The second one was Channing Tatum was so irritated about having to do it, they had him killed off in the first 10 minutes of the film. A longtime military forum poster identified as a former special warfare officer ripped into the film's lack of realism by saying this: very few characters over the decades are accurate to any degree. Look at the suits, the weapons, the mission scope. It's a fantasy flick dressed up in camouflage. Another quote from a 100 Things Wrong list of military inaccuracies says the underwater battle and the Joes can't wear dive suits. Duke able to pilot a sub like a fighter aircraft? What the fuck? Over the top military spectacle. Many veterans roll their eyes at this film.
Sell the toys. Sell the toys.
Well,
That's
here's
what
the
the
thing,
job
like-
was. To sell the toys.
The G.I. Joe cartoon was awesome. I love the G.I.
Yeah.
Joe cartoon. And there was a G.I. Joe cartoon movie that led into the original series. Was it accurate? Fuck no. But it was fun because it was a cartoon. This was like a cartoon come to life, and they leaned too far into the cartoon elements. Like maybe if they were a little more serious about it.
Yeah, I mean, how are you going to take Dr. Mindbender and have him become Cobra Commander? You can't make that. You can't do that.
You can't have Joey Gordon-Levitt as the Cobra.
You can't
Commander.
have Jody Gordon-Levitt as Cobra Commander.
I did like Christopher Eccleston as Destro though, because Chris Eccleston's awesome. Anyway.
Yeah.
What's her face as the Baroness was pretty hot.
Oh, yeah.
Anna Miller.
That's right.
So back to the realistic list at 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Full Metal Jacket.
Uh,
I guess
I
This
wish
is one
there
of the
were
next that
more
has something to say
quotable lines from this movie. There's really just not too much to choose from.
yeah. Mike, what are you going to say? Because this is
I
this
lo-
is all about basic training. So
which I love this movie. I do.
Mhm.
Being through basic training in the military, even though it wasn't during that time frame, I can't believe even then. Even when you're out of basic, you don't have access to your weapons. They're in the army, locked up. You have to sign them out. So when what's his name?
Kyle?
Yeah. At
when
the
D'Onofrio kills himself at the end.
yeah, that's a little far fetched.
Like not only did he have access to the rifle, he had access to the Full Metal Jacket rounds that
Yeah. He had the rounds, the rifle. Yeah, that's a little far fetched.
I mean, this does take place during the basic training during the Vietnam War, so I don't know if it was a little. I imagine it probably wasn't that much different in terms of like the safety regulations.
Yeah, and until you got into, I mean, once you get into even when I was in Bosnia, you got that's when you had your weapons with you the whole time. Is when you're deployed like that. When you're back on base there in the armory, locked up.
I mean, I again, I have no military experience, so I don't know if I remember my uncle, who was a Vietnam War vet, watching this and going, this guy's a little over the top. Even I didn't have basic training this bad, and it was bad.
Yeah.
Like, was you referring to the hazing and stuff like that?
Yeah, like the way Sergeant Hartman like talks to everybody in that basic training scene. He's like, they would belittle you and they would make you, afraid to like disobey command, but they didn't like go overboard like he was doing. But I'm like, yeah, but Arlie Ermy was a real drill sergeant. So like, I don't know.
Their job is to break you down and to form you into the soldier, build you back up that way.
Yeah, and that's it's funny you said that, because that's the quote I got from a veteran about Full Metal Jacket. Said, "I found it horribly beautiful and relatable to show how the military takes away the individual and molds a new person in order to face combat."
Yes.
And that's kind of like similar to what you were just saying here. And it made me think of one that I forgot to put on this list, An Officer and a Gentleman.
Yes.
Which the character that Lou Gossett Jr. plays in the film is based on Arlie Ermy, who was the consultant on Officer and a Gentleman. So it was like two drill sergeant characters that Arlie Ermy inspired in both films.
And that one is just with the Officer and a Gentleman. It's a little harder to speak for because that's officers going through. And
yeah,
they're treated totally different than us enlisted scrubs.
Mm-hmm. What was your highest rank? Were you just a private or
specialist D4?
Okay. So yeah, let me see. I don't think I have anything else on Full Metal Jacket. I'm looking like my list of quotes is a little.
Did this put Matthew Modine on the map? Was this big one?
So this was 80. This is the same year as Platoon. So it was like 86, 87.
Right.
It might have been one of like his first like major role. I think he had done like a few, like he was in Vision Quest. So he was in like smaller roles, I think, before that. But this was probably his big breakout film.
Okay.
Yeah. Next one on the inaccurate list, The A-Team from 2010. 48%.
I'm surprised it showed up on our list. I mean, yes, they were military, and
I mean, it's based on a TV show that itself was not very accurate.
No.
I'm not going to get too much into.
They went to the Los Angeles Underground.
Yeah. I actually liked the 18 movie. I thought it was actually kind of entertaining. I mean, I love the TV show. So, like, when I heard Liam Neeson was playing Hannibal, I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to check this out. Well, it wasn't bad. It's not great, but I mean, even as somebody who has no military experience can say, like, it's still a fun film. It's not.
Yeah, who did they get to play?
Face?
No, not Face. The South African guy.
Oh, that was Sharlto Copley.
Yeah,
it was in
he
District 9.
did a really good job.
He's in the new season of The Witcher.
Oh, is he?
Which I haven't watched since Cavill left.
Yeah.
See here, back on the realistic, accurate military list, 77%. I'm actually surprised this has a low critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Black Hawk Down from 2001,
which is based on a true story.
Based on a true story.
Josh Hartnett, right?
Josh Hartnett. Ewan McGregor is in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think was Paul Bettany in it? I know there's a lot of names in this film that were like early career guys. I gotta like look it up. You want to discuss while I'm looking up?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it once.
Okay.
And I was a little drunk when I was watching this.
Well, this came out in 2001.
Yeah, a little drunk when I watched this.
A little drunk when you watch it.
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett, Ewan McGregor, Eric Bana, Tom Sizemore, Will Fichtner, Ewan Bremer, who's also from Train Spotting with Ewan McGregor. Sam Shepard.
You remember I enjoyed it.
Orlando Bloom.
Ian Gruffold. It's funny. There's a lot of like British and Australian actors in this film. It's a good movie. I think I only saw it maybe once or twice myself.
So, just what I saw, what I can remember of it, and being it based more or less on the true story, I can see how it was pretty well accurate on how we would react.
Now, it's funny is like from a lot of the sites that I researched this on, it said it was fairly accurate, but the quote I have is from a veteran who was talking more about its inaccuracies. 29-year veteran of the U.S. Army said the Ridley Scott film Black Hawk Down is a good war movie, but a failure in terms of explaining some of the fundamental assumptions and conditions that underlay Task Force Rangers operations. The veteran acknowledges it's good, but calls out key omissions so it can support your discussion of films that mostly get it right, but hit the feels but not the details, basically. So it was like more about the substance than the accuracy is what he's saying.
Yes.
But I mean, you know, again, somebody who's experienced it, they probably know more than I do.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Mike.
But a lot of times you can't get the details of certain operations or because they're classified.
Yeah.
So
It's like another one that's on the accurate list that we'll get to, Zero Dark 30. Kind of similar in that respect. Like a lot of that comes from a military operation with a lot of redacted information.
right.
Anybody want to argue for the next one on the inaccurate list at a 24% on Rotten Tomatoes? Pearl Harbor from 2001.
I will say that the bombing was probably pretty accurate.
The stuff with Cuba Gooding Jr. on the guns, yeah.
It was pretty accurate, yeah.
That was pretty accurate, but the rest of the film was a fucking slog.
Yeah.
I had seen something, and I could, the internet's kooky, but it looks as if who is Bruce Willis's character in Die Hard? John McClane is one of the injured soldiers.
You sent me that.
If you check it out, he's one of the injured soldiers being pulled in to the triage with the nurses.
They were like filling in background characters, and they CGI'd John McClane in the background. You can see it, like if you slow it down, you see him walking through. I have a lot on Pearl Harbor here. Go ahead, Mike, you were saying?
I said, go for it.
Some veterans and survivors of the attack found the film extremely distasteful and accused it of being a piece of trash, over-sensualized, and completely distorted. They're not giving them the recognition that they should receive. In fact, they're detracting from it, says a veteran on pearlharbor.org. The article also notes major historical inaccuracies, such as aircraft characters misdepicted, planes and uniforms that are wrong. A lot of the veterans of the war flagged this when they saw the film. We also have, I'm going to find it here. Many Pearl Harbor survivors dismissed the film as grossly inaccurate and pure Hollywood. A military history forum online said, it's terrible. Literally one of the worst war films I've ever seen. As history, it's an F-.
One comment on that about the uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
All military uniforms in movies are wrong.
Okay.
They have to be. They can't make it look exactly right because it's illegal.
Well, I was going to say, is that also for like a safety thing? So like they're not as recognizable and like when they're like deployed and stuff.
I mean, it's usually something like if they're in dress uniform, it's something instead of like the ribbons are all out of place.
Okay.
And is it just modern uniforms? I mean, if you're doing a historical piece, World War II or something like that, you are permitted to use the time accurate uniforms, right? Okay.
Yeah, but again, the uniforms a lot of times they look right. It's just there's something wrong.
I think that's what the person that quote was saying though, is that it wasn't that they were just slightly changed for legality, but that they were just like grossly inaccurate.
Okay.
I mean, wearing a wife beater and a pair of pants when swimming back to the boat to shoot down Japs.
Well, if you were on duty, you could be,
No, I'm just recalling that Ben Affleck and Josh Hartnett were pretty much underdressed for most of the movie.
Wow. They had to show off for Kate Beckinsale.
They did. They did.
Wouldn't you?
The next one on the accurate list, oh my God, The Hurt Locker, 2008. This has the highest Rotten Tomatoes score of any movie that we're talking about tonight. It's got a 96%. But as far as like a film that has been considered fairly accurate, most of the comments I got are about its inaccuracies. It's crazy. Like, it's very like divisive among like veterans, this film. So this is Jeremy Renner. It's about bomb.
It's his breakout
specialist.
role, isn't it?
It's his biggest. It's the one that got. It's his first Oscar nom. So like, it's kind of like the one that kind of made him a little more known in Hollywood. Did a few films before that, but this is like his big one. This was Catherine Bigelow, who used to be married to James Cameron. She won the Oscar for Best Director for this film, beating out Cameron for Avatar that year. This also won Best Picture. It's a good movie. It's a very tense film.
Yeah, very intense.
Very tense film. Again, like, I'm experiencing it as a movie goer and not somebody with military experience. Right. But it's funny, like, how divisive this is among veterans. Like, a lot of the quotes I got were about the
cavalierness of of how he treats things. And I gotta wonder, like, if that was done because the sensitivity of the job is just, there's more of a chance of me getting blown to bits now than there is of me actually being able to defuse the bomb and walk away. And you have to be that carefree and cool when doing it, or else you're going to get in your head, and that's almost a guarantee that you're going to screw it up. Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
You have to have your come to Jesus moment. You have to accept God already at that point, to just be like, okay, this is my job and this is what I'm going to go do. And I have
here are the quotes we got. I mean, there's a lot of them. While the film was initially praised for its realism, veterans argue the film is frustratingly far from accurate. An Iraq vet quoted, "I know this is a dramatization, but this is not indicative of those of us who served there." Many veterans hate it. If you know anything about the Army, you'll be so distracted by the nonsensical sequences. On The Hurt Locker, one veteran says, veterans will argue the film is frustratingly far from accurate. Another one said, although if you know anything about the Army, you'll be so distracted by the sequences and plot twists, it'll ruin the movie for you. The way the team goes about their missions is completely absurd. Some other veterans said, when movie producers, many of whom have no military background, attempt to capture nuance, it often results in mistakes that are really obvious to people from the military. So for a movie that's been considered fairly accurate by many, it's kind of divisive among actual veterans. So let's go to the next one on the inaccurate list. Red Dawn, the 1984 film, which is a 48%.
You missed it.
Oh, no, I skipped one. I'm sorry. We'll get to that one later. Number 4 is Independence Day, 1996, 69% on Rotten Tomatoes. You mean a movie about the Army and Air Force fighting aliens is not accurate?
I could have been at a barbecue. That part was pretty accurate, bitching about it could have been somewhere else. Yeah.
Well, I will say this. They originally had military consultation on the film. That was going to help them make it more realistic. But as soon as they said that they were mentioning Area 51 in the film, the military pulled out.
Yeah, they didn't want to be.
So that was it. That was what they had in the film, was like as far as they got with military consultation. We did a whole episode on Independence Day way back when. You can check that out in our archive of episodes.
Again with the fat lady. Obsessed with the fat lady.
The fat lady. just fly the ship. I don't have any quotes on that movie, so we can move on.
I just gave you one.
What's that? No, I mean quotes from veterans. I don't mean veteran quotes. Number 5 on the accurate list, 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, is 1917 from 2020. You all right there, Mike?
Yeah. Wait, huh?
1917 is a good movie. It's very tense. World War I epic about two young soldiers trying to get a message across the battlefield. The majority of the movie takes place in a single take, following these two kids as they're running across the battlefield, trying to deliver this message. Anybody have anything to say about this film, or am I the only one who saw it?
I didn't
I
have
think you're the only one who saw it.
I am
Sorry.
the only one who saw this one, but it's a good one. I recommend it. If you like, World War I is a war that doesn't get depicted enough, I think,
No.
in film, and so like 1917 is a very it's a good film. It does.
No one really cared about Franz Ferdinand. Like he wasn't going to do nothing, The whole thing
other than it becoming a progressive alt rock band in the early 2000s.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Take me out.
if you were to think about the catalyst or whatever happened to ignite the stuff between World War I, which I have no, as a history teacher, I have no significant knowledge of. We know Hitler. We know Hitler. We know he was a scumbag. We know the horribleness of the Nazi Party. You go to World War I, it's like, who were we fighting again? And Germany was in there. I mean, that's kind of the reason in World War II. But you don't know the ins and outs. Franz Ferdinand was assassinated, right? That was it, and that was the ignition, the ignition of it. But you think about it.
Most of what I know about World War I was the stuff that Colonel Potter talked about in MASH.
That's right.
It was
now we'll get.
It was the war to end all wars.
War to end all wars. Boy, did somebody drop the ball on that title.
Well, I'll tell you what. I learned more about it through Wonder Woman than I had in any other previous movie.
Should Wonder Woman go on here for accuracy?
Probably not.
Should Captain America, the first Avenger, go on here for accuracy?
Probably not.
Speaking of inaccurate, number 5 on the inaccurate list, Red Dawn from 1984, 48%, and the 2012 reboot, 15%.
Having senses of deja vu.
Hey, I love the 84 one.
Oh, I love the 84 one too. It's based on the idea of guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
Kids guerrilla warfare.
Kids doing guerrilla warfare against an invading Russian army. What's the reboot? I didn't see the reboot one. What did they do for the reboot? Is it North Korea?
Yeah.
I've seen parts of it. I just know that the part that I saw was Chris Hemsworth's character getting shot in the head.
Okay. I mean, I know Hemsworth's in the new one, right?
He's supposed to be the Patrick Swayze character.
Yeah, he's the Patrick Swayze character. I love the 84 Red Dawn. I could see why it's inaccurate.
Yeah.
8 teenagers taking on the Russian army.
And the Cubans.
And the Cubans, yeah, to a lesser extent. For accurate films, 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. Dunkirk from 2017. A film that I have sang the praises of often on this podcast.
I enjoyed it. I know Christopher Nolan had his reasons for sequencing the movie the way it did, but it did get confusing at times.
It was a lot of cutting back and forth between different storylines.
Yeah, between the boats and the planes and the people on shore.
But I've said a couple times on this pod that it's my favorite Nolan film. I think it's a masterpiece.
Yeah,
I love the use of music.
Your favorite?
Oh, Tenet. Yeah, Tenet's fucking great.
Yeah,
that fucking movie. I love the use of music in Dunkirk because there's the sound of like a ticking pocket watch in the background that's very subtly hidden under the soundtrack, so it kind of gives you like that very tense feeling.
Right.
Dunkirk. I have a quote from a 97-year-old British Royal Navy veteran who took part in the actual Dunkirk evacuation.
He would know.
He said, "It was just like I was there again.
Oh.
I went in those little boats. I lost so many of my buddies." So I mean, somebody who was there would know. I guess I would not. And we know Nolan as a very meticulous filmmaker, so it doesn't shock me that he would make something that's very accurate to the real story. Let's see. Number 6, Kev, are you going to fight me on this one? That in the inaccurate list, the Expendables 1 through 4.
What are you talking about, man? This is based off of a true story.
Till this day, I think Kevin and I laughed more at the Expendables than we did at the Hangover.
If they could have CGI'd Reagan into the Expendables, I think they would have done that, you know?
You and I saw the first. We saw the first 3 in the theater together.
We did.
And I remember the first one. Kevin and I were laughing so loud. People were looking at us like we were fucking nuts because it's not a comedy, but we couldn't stop laughing at this movie.
One guy's walking every 6 inches. He's putting down another block of C4, not a small bit, a block of C4. Like he's got this endless supply.
The giant gun that Terry Crews was using, where like he shoot a guy and the guy's whole body exploded.
Yeah.
The best thing in that movie, the thing that made me laugh the most in the original film was when Jet Li's fighting the guy and the guy's like on a table and he kicks him and breaks his neck with his foot. Like it was was so ridiculous. This movie was so over the top. The third one's my favorite one because that's the one that got Chuck Norris in it. But I haven't seen the fourth one. I had no interest in the fourth
Texas Ranger.
Where he tells his own Chuck Norris joke.
When did Ronda Rousey, or was she in the first
no,
one?
you know what? I got it wrong. Chuck Norris was the second one. Ronda Rousey was the third one. Because the third one also had Kelsey Grammer in it for some fucking reason. And Harrison Ford was in the second one at the very end. He was the helicopter pilot. No, it's a fucking bonkers series. I didn't see the fourth one. I had no interest in it. I don't think I have anything about the Expendables on my veteran quote list here. I'm just going through it real quick. No, I don't. So we can move on. On the accurate list, I have Hacksaw Ridge.
This is the field medic that refused to carry a gun, correct?
A gun based on a true story, played by Andrew Garfield in the film.
Directed by Gibson.
He is a conscientious observer.
He is a conscientious observer. Yes, directed by Gibson. Stars Andrew Garfield and Vince Vaughn as the drill sergeant. It's a good movie. It's a pretty good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's the best movie on the list, but it's enjoyable. I'm looking to see. I don't know if I have any quotes about Hacksaw Ridge on here. Let me see. I got plenty of quotes about G.I. Joe. I do not have any quotes about Hacksaw Ridge. I would like to have had a quote about that one. I think that's
actually when I first looked at the list and saw that, I thought Heartbreak Ridge. How the hell is that?
Oh, I do have a quote for Hacksaw Ridge. According to a veteran, the battle scenes are frightening and brutally realistic. Nothing was held back. It's a Mel Gibson film, so yes, nothing was held back. We're talking about the same man who beat the ever-living shit out of Jesus in a movie.
Yeah.
Back to the inaccurate list, we have The Dirty Dozen.
Gotta love this movie.
I fucking love this movie. It's one of my all-time favorite films. It is a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's from 1967. It is not an accurate military film.
This is about as accurate as MASH.
Yeah, it's a sensationalized look at soldiers in World War II.
And not just soldiers, criminals.
Criminals taking some of them on death row, basically. That being said, entertaining as hell. I mean, I love The Dirty Dozen. Fucking love it. I might watch it tonight while I'm editing the show. Speaking of movies, I don't have anything about Dirty Dozen on my list. That's hard to find. Hard to find quotes about movies that are like from the 60s.
I will say this about it though, as being an inaccurate in the inaccurate list, it has to have the highest Rotten Tomatoes list rating.
It is. That's because it's an amazing film. It's a great movie. It's from the golden age of cinema. Next on the accurate list, a movie that I really like because it has a woman that I am in love with in it. Zero Dark 30, starring Jessica Chastain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it only has 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I found very shocking. I mean, this is an Oscar-nominated film. It is based on a true story. It's about the assassination of Bin Laden.
And SEAL Team 6 and
Yeah, I mean,
finding where he was at, and
I'm shocked that it has a very low score.
very graphic, interrogation scenes.
Can you name the actor who killed Bin Laden in the film?
Was it Chris? No, not Chris Evans. Chris Pine.
You're close. Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. That's it.
Chris Pratt
I said
plays the
Chris
soldier who kills Bin Laden in the film.
Pratt.
Former CIA operative says Zero Dark 30 inaccurately links torture with intelligence success and mischaracterizes America's enemies having been treated in a fight against terrorism. So this guy is like they weren't accurate about the torture.
Most likely, you're right.
Most likely, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's. Again, it's a Hollywood film. There's going to be some sensationalization in it, but it is still a really good movie, and it's a very good Jessica Chastain character.
Wait, sensationalizing in movies? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Wow.
I mean, based on a true story doesn't mean exactly true.
True?
You're not going to believe this, but the next movie on my inaccurate list is the 81% Rotten Tomatoes scored from 1981, Stripes.
So, Mike, I did mean to ask you when we were talking to you about your military experience. When did your mud wrestling, hazing come up?
It was in Germany.
Can't tell you. First rule about mud wrestling is you don't talk about mud wrestling.
Yeah, pretty much.
It happened in Germany, and then he realized it was actually a dude. I want you to wrestle me in the mud.
9.
Would you like my schnitzel?
9.
So Stripes, yeah, not accurate.
Not even close.
The war to Winnebago was not accurate.
The whole thing at the end, not at the end, but at the end of their
Training, yeah.
training, yeah, not even close.
Where they do the song and dance at the end, and the general's like, "That's the guy I want driving my fucking tank."
Yeah.
So here are some comments about Stripes. Oddly enough, I found some for that. Accurate in terms of my day-to-day life in the military. Wait, listen. Like, no, there's a joke. You got to wait for the pause. This is from a veteran on Reddit forums. Pretty accurate in terms of my day-to-day life in the military. ... I mean Coast Guard. Another commentary says Stripes is an anarchic slob movie, a celebration of all that is irreverent, reckless, foolhardy, and undisciplined.
That's true.
So it's depicting the undisciplined part. That being said, I love Stripes. Stripes is a great, funny movie. I know for a fact that number 9 on the accurate list is a movie that only I have seen. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who's seen this one.
It doesn't sound familiar to me, but
oh my god, dude, this film.
I think I saw a different movie called Come and See.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Pornhub.
Yeah. It was not that C-O-M. This is C-O-M.
Yes, this is C-O-M-E. Come and see.
She got a great ass. And you got your head all the way up it.
Wrong film. Come and See from 1985. This is a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. So this is almost the highest film on this list. Dude, this film is brutal. It's a German film. It's about it follows a young boy at the beginning of World War II. The Nazis are kind of like rampaging through the countryside, and it follows him as he walks through the country trying to like find his family and all of the atrocities that he witnesses. And the kid in the film, it was his first acting role, and the director purposely like traumatized the kid throughout filming to try to get the most realistic performance out of him. By the end of the movie, the kid actually has like wrinkles in his face and white hair because of the trauma that he like suffered from the filming of this movie. It is brutally accurate to the atrocities of like the pogroms and stuff in World War II. It's a really good movie, but it's hard. It's I would put it on a list of movies I can watch once. I watched it once and I'm good. I don't think I have to watch it again. But I had to put it on there. I just feel like because of what it was. So, just to lighten things up a little bit, the last movie on my inaccurate list is Spies Like Us, which surprisingly had a 35% Rotten Tomatoes score. I thought it would have been a little higher. I mean, it's definitely not an accurate film, but it's funny. I like this movie.
I don't know if Dan Aykroyd Chevy Chase team up was. They just don't feed into each other well. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't think so. I mean, I've seen the movie. I think the best part was Dan Aykroyd found his wife on it. Yeah. But Aykroyd with Murray, yes. Aykroyd with Candy, yes. Chevy Chase with anybody other than Chevy Chase, not so much. Randy Quaid.
Spies Like Us. So this is a quote. Spies Like Us is a 1985 cult comedy. The real charm is in its ending and comedic genius of Aykroyd and Chase. But veterans see the film as nothing more than entertainment and not a realistic representation. No shit. The last one I have on my accurate list is Platoon from 1986, 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think this is my favorite Vietnam War film.
Oh, by far.
By far. Like, I mean, as much as you can call a film like this your favorite, it's because it's brutal, but it's also Oliver Stone directed this, and he is basing it on some of his own experiences as a veteran of the Vietnam War.
Right.
This is Charlie Sheen, right?
Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, Willem Dafoe, host of other people are in this. I think Keith David was in this. Forrest Whitaker's in it.
Every time I think of this,
very young Johnny
Depp. In I guess it was Hot Shots, where his boat is passing by another boat tender, and it's Martin Sheen on the one, and they say, "I loved you."
That's because that's a movie I should have on the list too. Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, I was going to bring up that on our audible.
Apocalypse Now should have been on this list too.
I do have a number 10 for your inaccurate one. Your list.
Well, let me read my quotes for Platoon from veterans here. Veteran film historian Jim Beaver wrote, "I knew a little about the film beforehand. I had hoped Stone would get a few things right. Of the Vietnam vets that I've spoken to, Platoon is one of the only films they mention that accurately shows the war." So, what is your 10th on my inaccurate list?
Though based on a true story,
a
lot of it has been was very inaccurate. It would be Good Morning
Vietnam. Let's put it this way: it's not based on a true story. It's based on a real person.
Yes.
Nothing in the film actually happened.
Right.
And the real Adrian Cronauer once said, "I really love the film, and I think Robin Williams is funny in it, but any of the things that he's done, if I had done any of the things that he did in this film, I would have been in the brig."
Yeah. Court-martialed. Yes, exactly.
Court-martialed, yeah. But I love Good Morning Vietnam is my favorite Williams film, so I'm not going to knock that one.
Yeah, but
I have some,
list.
Yeah, some honorable or dishonorable mentions, depending how you look at it. Starship Troopers. Fun film. Satire of like fascism, but not accurate. Predator.
What, you mean the big giant bugs aren't real?
No. Predator, believe it or not, is considered fairly accurate from the military aspect of it. Like when they go into the jungle at the beginning and they're on the stealth mission. Some veterans have said that that it was pretty accurate, and that the actors actually underwent some real military style training where they had to learn to move silently through the jungle and communicate with hand signals. So it's kind of semi-accurate in its feel, but still a little bit Hollywood. All's Quiet on the Western Front is a really good war film that takes place in World War One, but it's from the German perspective.
Based on a book, correct?
Based on a book, yes. Red Badge of Courage, also based on a book.
Also based on a book.
Great book. The film's okay, but it's based on trials of the Civil War. Speaking of the Civil War, you have Glory. Great film. I don't know about its accuracy or not. It's hard to find out.
There's a shot of somebody with a wristwatch on.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to say that part might just be a little off.
It's tough to come up with like quotes for that when you consider it's from the Civil War and nobody's around anymore from there. So.
That could have been the doctor with the wristwatch on. You know.
Yeah, right. Few Good Men. Mike and I were talking about this in the pre-show. Like, I love the movie, but as far as its accuracy in the proceedings of like a JAG courtroom, I'm not sure. Like how.
Yeah, I've never been in a JAG courtroom.
Periscope Down, which is a comedy film starring Kelsey Grammer about the Navy. Even though it's a goofy comedy, much of the submarine action in the film is fairly accurate in the terminologies that they use, which I found kind of interesting. We got Crimson Tide, another great submarine film. Memphis Belle, World War II plane epic. And the last one on our list of honorable mentions, we're going to let Mike talk about because it's his starring role, Renaissance Man.
Okay, I was in the background. Okay, really, I just marched by.
Well, it's the closest any of us have gotten into being a movie anyway. So,
this
I was in 12 Monkeys. So,
this movie was filmed at Fort Jackson while I was in basic training there. So all the troop stuff in the background is real troops doing their PT or whatever they're doing, marching by. The rest of the movie is total crap.
You didn't get Stacey Dash's phone number?
I didn't get a sniff of any of them.
I don't know if you want to sniff any of them. So that's Mike's 15 Minutes of Fame. Kevin says he was in 12 Monkeys. I'll believe him.
I played the monkeys.
He played the monkeys.
All of the monkeys. It was
my closest brush with Hollywood is the 5-minute short horror film that I starred in called Doppelganger, which you can find on YouTube. But that is our list of accurate and inaccurate military films. Any beer history or trivia for us tonight, Mike?
I do. Between 1820 and 1880, more than 5 million Germans immigrated to the United States, bringing with them their skills, trades, and cultural traditions. Among the most influential of these was brewing, a craft rooted in precision and respect for quality ingredients. Their arrival coincided with Americans' urban and industrial expansions, creating the perfect conditions for a brewing revolution. When Philadelphia's Bavarian Brewery opened in 1840 as the nation's first commercial lager brewery, it introduced Americans to a crisp, refreshing style of beer, unlike the heavy ales they were used to. As German immigrants settled across the Midwest in cities like Milwaukee, St. Louis, and Cincinnati, they established breweries that would become household names, including Pabst, Schlitz, and Miller. With access to clean water and strong community networks, these brewers helped make Milwaukee the heart of America's beer by the 1850s. Beyond their economic impact, German immigrants also reshaped social life through the creation of beer gardens, family, friend space that combine leisure, music, and conversation. In these open-air gatherings, the new American beer culture began to take shape, blending old world traditions with new world energy.
And thanks to all that, you now have a podcast about movies and alcohol.
Yep.
It was Cinema Quote of the Week.
You're only given one little spark of madness. You mustn't lose it.
Yes. I love how your Robin Williams impression is pretty English. Robin Williams, the great Robin Williams. We have a whole episode on the career of Robin Williams from early in our run, so you should check that out. How are your drinks tonight?
Very good.
Best filtered H2O I've ever had.
Kevin's drinking that healthy water.
Yeah.
So I had the veteran lager first, which is excellent. I've had it on the show before. And a Mike's Harder Black Cherry, which is also very good. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight for episode 216. A thank you to veterans. We hope you enjoyed listening to the podcast as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Don't forget, you can go to linktree.com/films and fermentation to find all of our social media podcast links. You can email us at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com. Text us at 904-867-4466. Watch us on YouTube, Rumble, or the Podnation Media Network on Roku. Don't forget to stop by the Crossroads between Pickled and Fermented next time around for episode 217. We're going to take a look at the 45th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. Maybe you heard about it. It takes place in the Star Wars universe.
I am your father.
And I am Leo.
And I am Kevin.
I'm Mike.
And this has been the Films and Fermentation Podcast. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.